It's a time for the Magic Cube mini game box. Let's go. Welcome back to the channel. We're going to be doing a testing of something pretty wicked. We have all kinds of very weird devices from China, and this time we're going to be taking a close look at the box full of magic. More full of misery, who knows. However, when you're going to be looking at these tiny boxes, man, I am completely addicted. So consider subscribing, hit the little bell if you love these weird, wicked devices, because there are so many of them. However, this one comes with a 128GB and seems to be a normal brand, or at least like a brand I have never heard of. However, at least it's better than those black non-branded SD cards. So it's a kind of interesting concept. So I understand there comes even a tiny speaker in here. That can be convenient if you have no speakers in your monitor. HDMI, I think it's like an HDMI mini, having a USB for powering on and off switch. Oh, something already falls off. So volume control and 2 USB ports at the front. The controller that came with it is this overall okay controller, has some rubber grip over here. I must say the controls, I have seen them before with other game boxes and they're not like really bad. So having the floating D-pad configuration, we cannot pull it off. Some of them had like this interchangeable situation. We don't have that. Home button, select, start, and I can tell you that the overall configuration of this controller is, for a first, I think this is like a first generation controller. It's not bad, there was no rumble whatsoever. But let's plug everything in because the cable's on here. The only thing we're going to be needing is a 5-volt adapter. I think I have one laying around over here. And yep, we're going to be needing this one. I think a 2 amp minimum. You don't need a fast charger. Let's plug everything in the monitor and let's go. So this is the manual that we have seen many times before on those Switch clone, all kinds of weird devices, also including I think a couple of Bow Kitties in the first generation. But what I'm actually getting over here, games, movie, music, theme, history, file, image and settings. That makes me really wonder. It's like, okay, let's go to the settings first. And with settings, it can be interesting. Language, display, okay, equal proportion. In other words, like they have like, actually, that's kind of cool. We have aspect ratio. We can turn the speaker on and off. Let's see if this thing doesn't even do anything. I think you need to actually handle selection, adaptive, okay. Connection itself, handle computer, clear, restore system information. So this model is also called the MX330. But if we're going to be looking at the manual, it says actually M12. So that's a confusing situation. We have some date. So is this 2008 or what's going on? No idea. So there's not a lot of information going on. Open speaker, just turn it off. And like this should be there. Oh, all kinds of funny thing. We're having images, so we can put images on here if you want to watch an image. So this is just the file system itself. So there are no pictures on there. That's the reason why you can drag and drop them into the folder. We have the test video. I have no idea what's going on with this, but there's even, that's kind of cool. So actually it was like a media center. You can just put video files on here and just watch with history. Unfortunately, there's no pictures. So we can just actually check it out. Games, and this is all kinds of systems. So we do have PlayStation 1 over there, but it would be interesting to see how the emulation is. Movie, that's the movie actually we opened earlier. So that's it. Music, we're having test MP3. Let's see if we can actually, okay, that seems to be working fine. And then different kind of themes. Okay, let's choose this one. Okay, games, FBA, some other ones. Let's just scroll through a couple of them and let's see how the overall emulation performance is. Adventure Island. But so far the emulation seems to be fine. No weird things going on. The control is really comfortable. I love that they implemented aspect ratio now. So, and that's the weird thing with these devices. Sometimes you would expect to have like these simple, like say, simple devices have aspect ratio. And sometimes you don't have anything at all. and when you're having like even more expensive and newer models. So pressing select start will give you the RetroArch, and RetroArch we're having restart, input changes, and we can make a quick load, quick save, and in here having different kind of slots. There's not like a picture that we can actually do, so let's see if we like state slot, save. Oh crap. Okay. But if you're going to be loading, you cannot see what's actually going on, so that's quite unfortunate. Quit, but goes back to the main menu itself. Don't you love it that with the GBA they went for the original classic GBA, but with the Game Boy Color have like the Game Boy Advance SP. You know, those tiny details, they completely freaking mess up all the time. There's no pictures, man. They didn't even put some freaking effort. Hey, is this Commander Keen? Loading times too, like weird. Commander Keen, yeah! Haha! Cool, man. Played Commander Keen so much on DOS. Can I not skip the shit? Wow, this game looks pretty cool. It's kind of funny that I think they messed up. No, they didn't mess up. It's a start. Okay. It makes me wonder how it goes when it comes to Sega Genesis. So what is kind of cool, that we're going to be putting aspect ratio, everything is going to be automatically put in the right aspect ratio. You don't need to mess around. I've seen like emulators that you, or at least like those game box, that you need to do it every single time. Stereo sound is enabled. Yeah. So well, yeah, the performance of this is great. There is no MOS system, but we do actually have the Game Gear. Oh, those weird like packs that you can get 4 games. Oh, let's see what's going on with this. Man, I really like this D-pad. Seriously, like it's really comfortable. I did see this control before, I think was with the Retro Station 14K that I had this controller. But for emulation performance, I don't notice any way things going on. I just wanted to listen to the overall soundtrack, but... So another, Game Boy Advance is another system, they always seem to be messing up. They did implement this weird filter again. Or like this ink filter, or... Well, this box is absolutely great if you just want to play some old school GBA. Bum, ba-dum. Yeah, I must say that it's absolutely awesome to see how well it actually works. And when it comes to this, it's also quite unfortunate there is no extreme crazy things you can do with it. Sometimes you had the option to get into the menu, but no, there was nothing much. Everything is locked out. Well, one thing I do notice, like we're going to be playing some old school games like Dino, Beefcake Dudes and Dinos. I think this is just cool. Like, the overall image quality of the HDMI out is absolutely amazing. So the D-pad is great for just beat 'em ups and everything. So I find it interesting to see how they manage to get some things right in general, and when you're going to be looking into brand new models they release, they mess up all kinds of different things. Bad controls, bad emulation, but this seems to be working fine. So far, the menu doesn't really look that fancy, but so far out of the box, the RetroArch, this just runs really good. Oh, this is a game I've played so much on the Game Boy. Let's see what's going on. Okay, that's it. Then we're getting the letter. Oh man, somebody stole the freaking gold sack. Yep, there we go. Thank you. So loading times of Neo Geo was quite long, that is one thing. But let's see how the overall emulation performance is with Neo Geo. Going flying, Rambo mode. Of course, we don't need to forget the freaking Super NES, because that is another system they mess up. GBA and Super NES is one of the ways they always like mess up these freaking systems, but yeah, they seem to be working fine too. So over emulation, man, this is such a cool game. I think the Super NES port of Turtles in Time was absolutely such an amazing overall game. I've played this game so freaking much. Oh yeah, this is going to be absolutely a classic one. So when it comes to play PlayStation 1, we're not going to be having any problems there. I think it's absolutely awesome to see that we can do even PlayStation 1 emulation here. Now we have a gazillion different ways to play that actually, but even like very budget devices when it comes to just handhelds now. But yeah, when you're going to be looking into this, I was fascinated just to see that this was just working. But somehow the audio seems to be messed up. So that's kind of weird. Well, we did have audio in the beginning. Game options, track loop, music track. Oh, that is very strange. Okay, that is really weird. We're going to be having silent red alert now because this is absolutely weird. Yeah, this is really unfortunate that we do have this problem. Playing red alert with a freaking controller is such an interesting concept. So that makes me wonder, is like, what's going on with this? Like, is this something of the overall emulator problem that some of the games are not running like it's supposed to be? But we always have like audio in the beginning, but getting through the game, we're not having any audio through the freaking monitor. And that's maybe to do with the internal speaker. Let's check it out. We can adjust the audio, but okay, this seems to be working fine. Maybe that has to do something with the scrolling wheel and this particular emulator, but okay, that seems to be fixed with this particular game. But I think if you just want to play some PlayStation 1 games and you're going to be adding all of your favorite games to this machine, you can actually just enjoy them. Roadhouse. 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 Some of these really old devices are actually still a lot of fun to pick up. Yeah, can you still find them? That's of course a question, because these things are out for quite a long time. And of course we have so many better options that you can just actually buy for like around like 30, 40 bucks that can actually do the same or even more with better layouts. But back in the day it was kind of cool. I think like was a lot of junk then being released from China, but this thing, yeah, surprisingly has a lot of cool things to it. Thank you all for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think, and it would be great to see you in the next video.